Hey guys, it's Simon. For the past couple of weeks, I've been feeling like my life was slowly drifting out of my control. Not in any big dramatic way, but those small, tiny details that make up your daily life. I've noticed that I've been chasing the instant pleasure and cheap dopamines a bit too much for my liking, and it's starting to take a toll on my daily life. I think most of us have a pretty good idea what our lives should look like and what we should do in order to achieve that, but putting that into practice, well, that's a whole another beast. That's why I decided that today, on the first day of May 2026, I'm starting a cheap dopamine reset month. So, in this video, I'm laying out the 4 key areas which I want to focus on in order to get my life back on track. These areas are nutrition and diet, spending more time outside and increasing the overall activity level, reducing the unnecessary screen time, and last but certainly not least, getting back on track with my content creation. First things first, the diet and nutrition. This one is, in my opinion, the most important one, at least for me. Now, I'm personally following a carnivore diet for the past half a year, but the key principles are the same regardless of the diet that you're following. My goal is simple: getting back to intentional, nutritional meals without mindless snacking. Lately, I've been snacking a bit too much for my liking, even at the times when I'm not truly hungry, and I've been using the coffee as a crutch to delay my first meal or to shut down the hunger signals a bit too much for my liking. I'm talking about 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day. Now, I don't feel any immediate negative effects, but I know that this is not healthy and sustainable long term. So, starting today, I want to cut back on snacking completely. Last cheat meal before my strict carnivore resumes. If I will have a meal, I want to sit down, have a proper one, or not eat at all. This especially goes for those stress eating, which I have a tendency to do, especially when life gets crazy. Plus, I want to stop using coffee as a tool for prolonging hunger. I would rather get back in sync with my body through hunger signals. That should be interesting. Definitely is not going to be easy, but it sure sounds like a good plan. I really want to see how much better I'm feeling if I'm consistently following this plan. The second point is spending more time outside and increasing the overall activity level. Now, I have a sedentary lifestyle. I work an office job, so it's quite easy for me to be stuck to the screen and my chair for the entirety of the day. The last couple of weeks, maybe even 2 months, have been quite stressful, and I've been finding myself just going back and forth between home and the office, commuting, sitting in the office whole day, and therefore barely seeing any daylight. Now, to me, it's obvious that this is not good for a human being. Multiple studies show that at least few minutes a day on a fresh air, as well as direct sunlight, will increase our mood, our energy levels, our hormonal production, so all the good stuff. It seems stupid and irresponsible to not seize that, so I am definitely changing this in the next following month. Now, the good thing is that the weather is picking up here in Europe. The temperatures are increasing, and it's really enjoyable to spend some time outside. So I will make it a priority to be outside first thing in the morning as well as later in the afternoon after getting back from work. I'm always trying my best to squeeze in some activity, some light walking, increasing some step count during the day as well, whilst I'm in the office. So I'll definitely continue to do so. The third point, and this one stings a bit because of my engineering job, I'm pretty much forced to spend like 8 hours in front of the screen, but to go outside of that and actually spend like another couple of hours on TV or a phone, I think it seems rather excessive and unintentional. I think all of us, including myself, we have been programmed to run on autopilot a bit too much. As soon as we have a couple of spare minutes, we tend to pick up our phones or turn on the TV and check the news, check the social media, just doom scroll to eternity, thinking, okay, it's gonna be for a few minutes. But in actuality, like half an hour is passed or even 1 hour. I think that's just excessive and unintentional. I think this cannot be healthy for us as human beings, and we should much rather spend time socializing with people around us or simply be bored again. We don't need to be productive at all stages of the day. Our minds need some time to rest, and with constant stimulation coming from the screens, it's not really doing much favor to us. This month, I want to change this. As I said, I will be much more intentional with my screen time. I want to be in control again and not run on an autopilot, pulling out the phone and checking social media. And if I decide to play some online games, for instance, at the evening, I want to limit myself to a certain time and actually stick to it. I would say some dopamine hits here and there are fine, especially if we prioritize the things that we need to get done, so like chores or whatever it is, and only then be rewarded with the stimulus that we are otherwise seeking the entire day. The fourth point is related to doing something creative. In my particular case, this is the content creation. So I've been running this YouTube channel for past couple of months, and I want to be more strict with it, have a consistent upload schedule, publish short form as well as long form videos more often, and provide value to you guys. I think this fourth point also ties everything together. If I'm spending less time doom scrolling or playing online games or just sitting in front of TV, I also can fill that time with, first of all, being connected more with people around me, but also to think about the content that I want to make for my audience as well as for myself. Although the cheap dopamine might give us a instant dopamine hit, but these harder and more difficult tasks are actually the ones which help us be happy in the long run. And after all, there is a good reason why I started this in the first place. Now, with me focusing on creating content again for you guys, I'm announcing that I will be starting a home gym series where I show you how I have set up my gyms, how to start training at home, in a safe and productive manner with the minimal time and equipment investment. Of course, less time I will be wasting on those cheap dopamine activities, the more time I will have on actually creating good content for you guys. If you want to follow along this journey, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any updates on the channel. So overall, this month is all about going back to the roots, going back to know where I want to be and feeling good again. I want to spend less time chasing a cheap dopamine, have more real energy, better focus, and spend more time doing things that actually matter to me and are good for me in the long run. I'll make sure that I keep you guys posted and updated on the progress, sharing all the good, the bad, and everything in between. Now, if this video has resonated with you, I would appreciate you liking the video, but what I would appreciate even more is you joining my dopamine reset month and get your life back on track. I think we could all benefit from it. Thanks for watching, and if you're new here, check out this video. YouTube thinks you will like it. Take care, and remember, meat, weights, and a calm mind. See you next one.